Thanks for joining us on Indivisible with John Stubbins. I'm your host. We are here from CPAC 2023. And as always, this is the show where we put God, family, and country first.
Thank you.
And we will always tell you the truth. I'm here today, starting off with Kimberly Lowe. Kimberly is running for Senate, U.S. Senate, in the great state of Virginia to take out Tim Kaine and finally drive him out. Welcome to the show, Kimberly. How you doing?
Thank you. Thank you for letting me be your first interview.
We're thrilled to have you. And why not? When in the state of Virginia, you gotta go with the home team.
Thank you. Tim Kaine's got to go.
Got to go.
All right. Been in for way too long. He's part of the swamp. Hillary Clinton's vice president pick.
Right. And what has he done, or not done, I should say, for the great state of Virginia?
Tim Kaine's done nothing. Our families are suffering. Our families are being destroyed. And this has been occurring for decades across America. And I know that I can help save our families in America.
You know, it drives me crazy because I remember when he was running with Clinton, and all I could think of was gag.
Yeah.
I mean, the guy made me sick.
Yeah.
He had nothing to offer.
Nope.
I mean, he was just a complete despot. Who is this guy? And it seems like the Democrats do this every cycle. They come up with these idiots. You're like, who is it? Kamala Harris, for instance. Nobody liked Kamala Harris, yet she gets in as the VP. Give me a break.
So disrespectful to women across America to have her as a vice president of our beautiful country.
Oh, yeah. And here's the thing. Doesn't Virginia deserve better?
I agree. Yeah. There's way too much that has to be fixed and worked on. And we need spunky, non-politician, real people in office to go fight for the American people with thick skin. And I'm seasoned. I've been in politics for a long time, and I'm still standing. I've had horrible global and national media stories done against me. I've had the Department of Homeland Security come after me. If you are telling the truth in this country, the government will come after you. We are not free.
No.
Freedom is over. But I, as a single mom and farmer of 3 kids, I'm not going to stay at home on my couch when our country is being lost.
That's right.
We are at the last hour in America, and we need fighters to show up with real policy solutions. I've been collecting advisors for years. So that way I'm ready to walk in and take the job and have actual policy solutions to problems.
Yeah, and we use the term fighters loosely, but I want to expound upon that for a second, Kimberly, because look, we're not looking for just any old fighters. Mm-hmm. We're looking for brawlers.
Thank you.
You want to step into the trenches,
Yep.
into this war? This is not for the faint of heart.
That's the truth.
Okay?
I know.
We are in a battle. We are in a war. It's personal.
It is. Yep.
Right? When they start attacking your finances, when they start attacking your way of life, your ability to do whatever you want to do
Correct.
as a free American,
Yep.
your rights in general, whether it's guns or birth rights with this abortion nonsense, or the border, or critical race theory forcing on your throat. Look, what is most important? If you had to name 3, what is most? Is it crime? Is it CRT, BLM? What's most important to the state of Virginia right now?
Government abuse, which is destroying our families and people, not making it a free country. So you're losing your constitutional rights, your First Amendment, your Second Amendment, your due process. Everything that affects your living, you end up losing your children in your home because of an abusive system. The economy, we could very easily be energy independent again. We can fix our logistics system of shipping and transport with a lot of quick fixes.
Yes.
There's so much that needs to be fixed.
What China's doing to us right now, inexplicable.
Yeah, thank you.
It's inexplicable.
Well, I spent an extensive amount of time at the Texas-Mexico border. I've even trekked cartel trails. I've been in places where people come into holding where most people don't come in. And that's trickling into Virginia. We are losing so many people because the opioid epidemic that has to be solved. And there's a lot of policy that can change this. This race is so important because I would be a swing vote. I would love everyone to step up behind me because I am a fighter. I'm not going to sell rainbows and unicorns. I'm going to stand up for the American people. You can find out more about me at www.kimberlylowe.com. And Mike Lindell is doing a fundraiser for me, and John Michael's going to be speaking as well.
Can't wait.
May 13th in Richmond, Virginia. Go get a ticket, show up. You want to volunteer? You can volunteer from your couch to save this country with me. Stand behind me. Help me win this seat. It's the swing vote.
Yes.
Thank you.
And I can't wait to be there on May 13th. I was just getting ready to talk about that event. That's actually my birthday, so it's going to be twice the fun. I get to introduce my friend Mike Lindell, who sponsors my show. We're very excited to be there. And I've got some good friends in Richmond. In fact, my friend Leon Benjamin ran for Congress out of there. I think District 4, if I'm not mistaken.
District 4.
So maybe we'll talk to Leon, see if he'll show up and join us over there. But again, May 13th. Give that website again one more time.
www.kimberlylowe.com. You can get a ticket there. You can donate there. You can contact me to volunteer from your couch. You can do something for your country and step up.
That's right. And everybody, you know the website for this show. It's johnstubbins.com. If you have any information you want to get in touch with Kimberly, don't hesitate to send me an email or go to Kimberly's website direct, and where you can volunteer and you can get involved. Thanks for joining us, and we will see you soon.
Thank you. Thank you.
Welcome to the MyPillow 2.0 commercial. Miss Makeup.
Well, you look good.
And action.
You're sleeping even better. We've got the best pillow ever. MyPillow 2.0.
It's a great name for a product. Good. Cut. We got it.
Welcome to the set of the MyPillow 2.0, the most amazing pillow in history. That new technology is still the MyPillow's patented fill, but now we have new technology we didn't have back when I invented MyPillow that's going to help you sleep. It's absolutely amazing, and you're the first ones that can check it out. Go to mypillow.com, use the promo code on your screen, and we brought back the buy one, get one free.
For the best night's sleep in the whole wide world, visit mypillow.com.
Well, my name is Larry Elder. I'm a co-founder, investor, member of the board of directors, and customer of Old Glory Bank. I'm involved in Old Glory Bank because I believe Old Glory Bank stands for fairness, stands for the willingness to accept other people who have different points of view. We become a country that's been divided between people, in my opinion, who are patriots, who believe in the values of America, and who believe that you ought not be punished for your political views. This is how our country has now evolved. Those who believe that you are wrong versus those who believe you're not just wrong, but you're evil. This is ridiculous. And people have taken sides. And if you are perceived as somebody who is on the wrong side of the political aisle, your bank may punish you. And all too often, banks now have decided to take a stance and are punishing their customers or potential customers because of those customers' views. So people that I believe think that people ought not be punished for their views are to be the people who patronize Old Glory Bank. What you're doing is saying to Old Glory Bank, I applaud the fact that you have not taken a stance. I applaud the fact that you're not canceling people just because of their views. And I applaud the fact that you're providing an alternative to those who have been canceled and who don't like the fact that some banks are canceling other people. This is about the very principles that made America great.
The Isaac Law Firm, protecting men in family court.
Hi, I'm John Stubbins. Welcome to Indivisible with John Stubbins. We're live here at CPAC 2023. This is the show where you put God, family, and country first, and we will always tell you the truth. We're here with my friend, Colonel Tony Schaffer. Haven't had him on in a while because of the hiatus everybody knows about due to the censorship, but we are reunited today with our friend, Colonel Schaffer. How you doing, sir?
I'm doing well. Good to be here with you,
It was
John.
fun to be with you on Newsmax this morning.
Yeah, except for
the
the sound. It's like fix the audio, guys. Just saying, you paid a lot of money for networks.
That's right.
Just
That's
fix
right.
that anyway.
It was funny.
It was good otherwise.
That's right. And the last time Tony was on a regular show, we had coffee in the morning. We had an amazing discussion. It just flowed. And every time Tony comes on, it's great. So today, let's dig right into it because, you know, a lot of people don't. And again, Dr. Peter Pry.
God rest his soul. I love Peter.
God rest his
Peter
soul.
is passed.
Love Dr.
Yes.
Pry. And we've covered so many times all the different variations, whether it's the electric grid, whether it's the water supply, the EMP attack. But a lot of Americans are really asleep at the wheel, and they don't realize the national security implications. We're embedded at the border. Jason Jones, Tom Homan. I talk to them daily. You know, we're in trouble here.
Yeah. Where do you want me to start? So let's start with the border.
Yes,
Look, I know Tom. Tom's right. The southwest border is not only important because of immigration, or I would say invasion by migration, immigration. It's the fentanyl coming across the border. I've said publicly on Newsmax several times that I consider fentanyl a weapon of mass destruction.
Amen. Yes.
And the fact that we don't treat Mexico as a hostile power who's actually delivering a weapon of mass destruction is like notable. And then the fact that we don't hold the CCP or whatever you want to call communist China accountable by the fact that they're still manufacturing the majority of what comes across the border. Again, something that we don't recognize as a threat, but it is. John, I don't know of a single community in the United States has not been touched by fentanyl.
Me either.
In some form.
Me either.
But somehow that's not an issue.
Well, and here's the other thing about this. And again, I spent a lot of time in Texas with Jason.
Right.
And he's embedded down there. Okay, so I'm getting constant fresh video from Jason. He's telling me what's going on with the cartels. He's showing me these bands that they make these kids wear.
Right.
He's showing me the special shoes that they try to cover their tracks with. Look, these people are going above and beyond to hide what they're doing.
Right.
And we're not even talking about the people that are slipping across that are not processed.
Right.
Look, this is a huge problem. Child trafficking, human trafficking, the fentanyl. But my question is going to be, because of how it's growing exponentially and they're making more and more money, is it going to come down to our military having to go in there to deal with these guys?
So, all right. So back in the 90s, I was at a place called Jadif East, which is now Jadif South to Key West, Florida. By the way, Key West, Florida is a great place to hang out and do things. Just saying.
Oh, yes.
Anyway, but during that time, we were doing something called the linear approach. The linear approach was a comprehensive, all of government resource targeting of drug cartels. And the target was the Medellin and Cali cartels in Colombia. During that period, we were actually very successful in breaking up the cartels, defunding them, if you will. But when we went out and eliminated the heads, we basically shattered it, and it went to all these other places. When that happened, we recognized that Mexico was going to be key to stopping the continued trafficking of drugs. And we said, U.S. Army, said, let us map Mexico like we would map a foreign adversary. We do something called Intelligence Preparation of the Battle Space, IPB. And during the Cold War, John, we had done an effective job of perfecting a targeting process. By the way, it's still used today for looking at adversaries, of how to defeat an adversary.
A solid way to do it.
Solid way to do it. So we proposed that and said, we want to do it. We, DOD. You know who stopped us?
What year was that?
1997.
97. It's got to be Clinton.
No. What organization stopped us?
Oh.
Any guesses on
DOJ.
which? Close. The ATF.
Okay.
And DEA. Basically, ATF and DEA said, no, that's too militaristic.
Really?
Yeah, it's like, okay, so no, those DEA,
like no discipline for the child.
DEA especially did not want us doing anything like that in Mexico. Makes you wonder, doesn't it?
Yes.
But anyway, to your point,
That's terrible.
To your point, John, yes, we should do that. We should look at Mexico like a foreign adversary, map it out, use military-style campaigns to counter the flow of human trafficking, of drugs, and terrorists because they're coming through.
You feel that way. I feel that way. Tom feels that way. Jason feels that
Right.
way. Chip Roy feels that way.
Right.
Right?
Right.
So we have allies here. What do we need to do to get this done?
Well, you need to get the White House back because, simply put, Merrick Garland, no matter how much evidence of wrongdoing you give him, unless it's a Republican doing it, he ain't going to do anything to stop
He hates my
it.
guts.
Oh, he hates a lot of people's guts. And then secondly, Joe Biden is compromised by two countries, Ukraine and the CCP China.
Yes, yes.
So he will do nothing. That's why you see he's soft on China policies. He won't address COVID. He won't address fentanyl. That's why you see billions going to Ukraine without regard to any strategy. And as long as Biden's in the White House, he is the single point of failure of our national security.
You know what's interesting, too? Last couple of weeks, we've been talking a lot to John Solomon because we've got several.
I'll see John later today. Yes,
I mean I love John, and
I do too.
Uranium
he may be coming
One,
through anytime. Yeah,
Uranium One keeps coming back up and rearing its ugly head.
Right,
because of what's going on here. And look, I'm going to tell you, these people, they are evil. They are
absolutely
pure evil. And like I said, I'm with you, brother. Let's deal with them, and because the longer we wait, it's just going to get worse.
So, John, this comes down to political will. We recognize what needs to be done regarding policy, technology, and tactics, right? We all agree.
You're right.
But the political will is what's lacking, and the fact that you're going to have politicians in place, other than the few Republicans we've talked about, who are not willing to actually do this hard. Even Republicans outside of the sphere of who we've talked about really don't care. The rhinos. So we've got to find a way to get someone in the White House. I don't know who it's going to be. I can't take sides because I have to advise a lot of folks. But I'm saying whoever wins in 2024 has to have the political will to implement effective policies, strategies, and techniques that will actually achieve national security at the southwest border.
So I've got a suggestion. Let's say we have 3 people running.
Yeah.
We need to be in their ear, all 3 of them.
Not
picking sides.
No, I know, John, but the problem is this. The moment you actually sidle up and get with one campaign or another, chances are they're not going to talk to you in another campaign. So it's where you got to be very careful.
That's true. That's tough.
So, and by the way, it's a mistake Trump made. A hint to the Trump campaign. If someone badmouths you in the primaries, don't put them in your administration because they're probably not going to be loyal.
That's right.
Just saying, I think it's safe to say they,
And a shout out.
Wasn't the best move.
Yeah,
wasn't the best move.
I'll say this. A shout out to senior rule of law advisor Charles Michael Wise, who was sent over by President Bush Jr., he was sent over to instill rule of law over the Middle East at civilian side, right?
Yeah.
And we had our boots on their necks. They were done for. Obama gets elected and removes that boot, and voila.
Right.
You got what you got. So I'm with you, brother. And listen, if there's anything we can do to help you to support your efforts,
just keep educating the American people. That's what we need to do. Because, frankly, no matter what anybody does in investigations, discovery of wrongdoing, I love John Solomon, don't get me wrong, but Merrick Garland will do nothing to actually hold people accountable, because if you're a D, you've got a pass. If you're Chinese, CCP, you got to pass. If you're Ukrainian, you got to pass.
Political will, like you
political
said.
will. So
it's
you got to
be there. Colonel Tony Shaver, everybody. He's going to be a regular guest on our show. He's been here before, and he's an intelligent individual that knows what we're dealing with, and he brings so much to the table. I want to thank you, Colonel.
Thank you, John.
God bless you,
to be
sir.
Here. Thank you. God bless
you.
you.
A quick commercial break. We'll be right back. Big news, America. Mike is bringing back the pillow offer for just $29.98. They're the softest pillows. They don't go flat. Wash them and dry them as many times as you like, and they still keep their shape. And they're made in America. Mike is offering his premium My Pillows at his lowest price ever. Queen size for $29.98, regularly $69.98. That's a $40 savings. And king size, only $5 more. Go to mypillow.com and enter the promo code INDIVISIBLE for my show. Or call 1-800-716-4639 and give them the code INDIVISIBLE for my show, and you're going to get huge savings.
Here's to the overlooked, the overworked, the underappreciated. Here's to the fighters to preserve our freedom, our liberty, our rights, our faith. Here's to the workers, the farmers, the first responders, and those who serve so bravely in our military. Here's to Americans who proudly hold tight to our values: God, privacy, freedom of speech, life and liberty. Here's to the patriots who love this country and everything it stands for, who should never be canceled for believing in America and the blessings of liberty. Finally, there's a bank for you, Old Glory Bank, named after the flag that represents the fabric of this great country and the people of Old Glory Nation, the engine of America. Now you have a bank that values your values. Now you have a bank that stands with you, no matter where you stand. Old Glory Bank. We stand with you.
Member FDIC. Equal housing lender.
Thanks for joining us here on Indivisible. I'm your host, John Stubbins, coming to you live from CPAC. And I have got Aidan Rowan here from New York. He's heavily involved in New York politics. We've had kind of a theme here today of discussing New York politics. Aidan, thanks for joining us on the show.
Yeah, no problem. Good to be here.
What's with everything that's happening in New York and the disgusting policies by the last several mayors, by the way, Adams and de Blowhard, and look, it just never stopped.
Yeah.
What's going on there? What are you involved with right now?
Yeah, right now I'm involved in getting good candidates elected, Republican candidates across the whole state. I've been involved from the top to the bottom, to Long Island, to the city. We were very proud of the way New York voted the last cycle, although we couldn't just get there with the governor's race. We made some inroads, and to be 6 points...
Serious roads.
Yeah, to be 6 points away from...
I thought we were going to win that thing.
Yeah.
I tell you, it was close.
I was thinking about it the last 2 weeks, and I kept saying, man, I've thought for the last 5 years of being involved that we could never flip this seat. To be 6 points away and to flip 4 congressional seats and hold everything we had, that was a very good year for New York, and we're focused on keeping those seats next cycle in 2024. I think it'll be a little difficult. I think we need some good candidates in other districts where we can, kind of take away their resources in districts where we traditionally wouldn't do so good, where they're spending there and not spending in our districts where we've maintained. So 19, 17, NY4.
We got to get AOC out of there. I'm sick of her nonsense. My friend John Cummings.
Yeah, I know John very well. Yeah.
Good. He moved to South Carolina.
Yeah.
By the way, shout out to you, John.
Yeah.
I'm going to have John on my show here in a couple weeks. But John ran against AOC.
Yeah, I know. When he ran, he came to fundraisers for our congressional candidate in 17 at the time, Maureen McCardle-Shulman. He came to my fundraiser when I ran for town council. John's been a very good friend, and I really appreciated his race. He gave a great
John.
run.
Great patriot. And look, we'll do anything we can to help you, obviously.
Yeah.
I had one of the chair ladies for the Young Republicans Women's Club.
Yeah.
And like I said, we'll come over. We'd love to speak to your crowd. The groups are growing.
Yeah.
Which is a good thing.
It's very good.
But we need to exact upon people the urgency, especially with crime
Yeah.
and our schools. This indoctrination, the CRT, 1619 Project,
Yeah.
BLM,
Yeah.
all this nonsense.
Yeah.
It's got to be stopped.
Yeah, it does.
I mean, stop.
My big thing is, as Republicans, we don't take school board races as seriously as we take
gotta win
races for
local.
state senate or
That's
congressional. A great state senator told me one time, all politics is local. It starts from the bottom up. It's a pyramid.
That's right.
And the Democrats take these school board races seriously. And it's not that I
Local
want
PTA,
yeah,
mayor,
it's
city
teachers
council.
unions. It's not that I want kids to learn a Republican way of thinking in school. I want them to learn a fair way of thinking.
Yes.
We have to remember, this is America. We all have opinions, and let them develop them on their own.
CRT,
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
1619
Yeah,
Project.
I know.
That's not American.
No, it's not.
Teaching
It's not.
Marxism, not American.
No, it's not.
That's not the American way. We're
Yeah.
not going to allow it. It's not going to stand.
I know.
We're going to keep fighting it, right?
Yes, we are. And we're fighting it in New York. You know what I've seen in New York this last cycle? A unified Republican Party. They're looking to take as many seats as they can. And that's when I knew we were going to win big, where we picked up seats, is that we were unified. And that's what we need
I
around
really
the
hope we
country.
keep the momentum going there. And
Yeah.
I'll come over and do whatever I can to help you
Yeah,
guys.
we need all the help we can get.
Because I'm telling you, one of the, whether it's New York or Pennsylvania is always a killer
Yeah.
as well. I hate to lose New York and Pennsylvania. Now, you go out west.
Yeah.
You know what California is.
Yeah.
And now, you've got Washington, you've got Oregon. Big problems.
And we're getting closer there.
We're getting closer there. But to me, with all the problems that we have, we should be dominating.
Yeah, we should be.
See, that's where I get
Seattle. It's just ridiculous.
I mean, it's like, what is
Yeah.
it going to take? How much damage needs to be done
Yeah.
to these cities before these people say, you know what? I'm not going to allow this anymore.
Yeah, well, you know what? New York City stood up this year.
They did.
Lee Zeldin
A
got
little bit, yeah, yeah.
Lee Zeldin
Lee.
got 30% of the vote in New York City. Upstate was a bit of a problem because Kathy Hochul's from upstate. She had the home territory thing going on. She didn't win it, but she did better than a traditional Democrat. New York City, 30% of the vote went to a Republican.
She's a scumbag,
She's
though.
really terrible.
I mean, really.
We keep making gains like that, 30% in New York City. The Asian community is coming to the Republicans. They're seeking a party to vote with because they are seeing the crime firsthand every day in New York City.
That's right.
The
No.
Asian community, the Hispanic community came out in droves this year. They're coming out and they're voting Republican. And I was recently very shocked we picked up I think it was 3 or 4 assembly seats just in Brooklyn and Queens in that area. Lester Chang won a seat that's been held by this incumbent for 30, 20 years.
Oh, no, it's exciting.
It's exciting. And he's an Asian Republican who they tried to not seat because he had a residency issue. They tried to not seat him. Luckily, we got him seated, and
Let's
he's
keep
going to be
that
a great
momentum
assemblyman.
going, New York,
We need it.
okay?
And New Jersey, I'm focused in New Jersey this year on flipping the legislature there. We're 3 or 4 seats away from flipping to the majority in the state Senate in New Jersey. We're about, I think it's somewhere less than 10 seats with flipping the New Jersey State Assembly, and it's possible. We have great districts that Jack Ciattarelli won in 2021 that we can flip this year and put a check on the Phil Murphy administration. So I'm really focused in New Jersey as well.
Okay. No, I love that because I like both sides.
Yeah.
I spent a lot of time in Jersey myself.
I love Jersey.
Aidan Rowan, everybody. Is there a website? That
You could go to my
social media,
yeah,
something.
Yeah, my
Look into the camera and tell everybody where they can follow you.
You could go to my Twitter, Aidan Rowan. That's AIDANROWANNY. That's my Twitter handle. You could find me at that on Facebook and Instagram too. So
make sure you follow Aidan, get involved, even become a friend.
Yeah.
And maybe you'll see what he's doing and get excited. Maybe you'll want to get involved.
We need
Aidan,
as
thanks for
many
coming on the
people.
show, brother.
Thank you.
God bless you.
Thanks.
You guys, we do have the MyPillow 2.0 or 2.0, MyPillow 2.0, the best pillow in 20 years. We've improved on the best sleep ever, and use that promo code Indivisible.
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 Yes, sir.
And if you use that, it's a buy one, get one free.